Good morning and welcome to English Lessons on Iman TV. In our lesson today, as usual, we have a vocabulary segment, and that we'll do actually have two parts of vocabulary. We start with vocabulary and then we end with vocabulary. And then we have a listening comprehension. And this listening comprehension, it's all about the story of Thanksgiving. Okay? So you'll learn about why do Americans celebrate Thanksgiving. What is this? What is the story beyond that? There are two stories, and I'm going to use that both as a listening comprehension and also as a reading comprehension. So let's start with the review of vocabulary first. بیننده های بسیار محترم تلویزیون ایمان، درس امروز با تکرار و تمرین لغاتی که قبلا مطالعه کردیم شروع میکنیم و بعداً قسمت عمده درس همون به اصطلاح قصه یا داستان تانکسگیوینگ است که در چند روز شاید شما بسیار از طریق رادیو و تلویزیون و اخبار شنیده باشین که داستان و قصه و تانکسگیوینگ چیست، تاریخچه‌اش چیست، از چی وقت شروع شده، چی معنا داره. امینا رو من به خدمت شما به انگلیسی عرض میکنم و همچنان باید بگوییم که درس امروز ما لایف است. در اخیر درس ما اگر شما سوال داشته باشین یا پیشنهاد داشته باشین شما میتونید تلفن بکنین با نمرات تلفنی که روی پرده تلویزیون شماست یا صفحه تلویزیون شماست و ما در خدمت شما هستیم که سوال شما را جواب بگوییم. So let's start our lesson with a review of words. So this is a matching exercise. On one side we have the words, on the other side we have the meaning of the words. So see if you can match the word with the meaning. Let me read the words first and then read the meaning later and then see if you can match them. Number 1, hard. Number 2, quiet. Number 3, common. Number 4, boring. Number 5, either. Number 6, bake. Number 7, dangerous. Number 8, quick. Number 9, expensive. Number 10, unique. The meaning are number A, usual. B, difficult. C, one of two things. D, not slow. E, not safe. F, not cheap. G, calm. H, cook in oven. I, not interesting. J, very special. For number 1, hard means difficult. Like this is a hard test. English is a hard language to learn. So hard means what? Difficult. Something that you have problem with it. It's a hard test. Like a test can be very hard. Number 2, quiet. Quiet means what? It means G, calm. Somebody who doesn't talk. If you watch and don't talk, sit down there, you're quiet. Some people are always quiet. Other people always talk. Like I always talk. Whether I'm teaching or not, if I have an audience, I talk. I'm not quiet. But some people are very quiet. They don't talk very much. They're calm and quiet. Number 3, common. Common means A, usual. Like watching TV is very common. People watch TV a lot, everywhere in the world. Using a cell phone is what? Very common around the world. It's usual. Most people use it. Boring means what? Excuse me. I means not interesting. Something you don't like is what? Boring. Something that makes you sleepy is what? Boring. I hope my lesson is not too boring. I hope. So boring means not interesting. A person can be boring. You could say what? My cousin is very boring. A teacher can be boring. You could say my teacher is very boring. A TV program can be boring. A show can be boring. Okay, so boring could be anything. A book can be boring. You read a book, you fall asleep. The book is boring. You don't like it. You watch a movie, you don't like it. It's boring. Either means C, one of the two. Either you or your brother can call me. You can either watch the lesson today or 6 hours later. Not now, but later on. Bake is what? Bake means H. Cook in oven. You bake cookies, for example. You bake cake. Something that you make in oven is what? That's bake. Dangerous is what? E means not safe. Like living in Afghanistan is very dangerous. Every day there is fighting, something is going on. Something can hurt a person or can kill a person. It's very dangerous. Driving on freeway is what? Very dangerous. Anytime something can happen. Quick is not slow, fast. Expensive, F, not cheap. And so there are a lot of sales. Everything is cheap these days, or inexpensive, not expensive. But the new car is what? Is expensive. Excuse me. Unique means J, very special. It's a very positive meaning. Like you say that Umaid is a very unique person, a very special person. This is a unique opportunity, means one of a kind. Okay? Unique. Now, so these are the meaning of the words. So please repeat these words after me together. Hard, quiet, common, boring, either, bake, dangerous, quick, expensive, unique. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you the story of Thanksgiving in America. There are 2 stories. But before I tell you the story, I need to teach you some new words. That's the whole purpose. I want to teach you some new words in context. What do you call this bird? This bird is called what? Turkey, of course. Yeah. So it's what we are going to talk about, Thanksgiving tradition. So tradition means something from the past, something that a cultural thing, we do it from the past. It's called tradition. So making a turkey dinner is a Thanksgiving tradition. So some Americans even jokingly say what? Turkey Day means what? Thanksgiving is like a turkey day, that they, that they cook turkey, they bake turkey, they eat turkey. So it's a Thanksgiving tradition to eat turkey. What is this? People do not just eat turkey, they eat other things with it. But the main thing is what? The turkey. So it's called what? Thanksgiving dinner. Okay? Please repeat. Thanksgiving dinner. So on Thursday evening, many Americans had what? Thanksgiving dinner. Many people from around the world at Thanksgiving. It's not a religious thing. It's just a cultural thing. Okay? Thanksgiving dinner. Dinner is what? The food that we eat in the evening. What are these people doing? Look, it's a cooked turkey. They are cutting it. What's another word for cut? The other word for cut is what? Carve. Okay? Carving the turkey. Please repeat. Carving the turkey. They carve it, they cut it. Okay, so once this is cooked, they carve it. They cut and get each person a piece. That's another tradition. That the President of the United States pardons a turkey. It's called pardoning a turkey, or the turkey. That means what? You set a turkey free. That they bring one turkey, they choose one turkey, and then the president pardons that. That means what? They leave the turkey alone. They will not kill the turkey. It will be free for the rest of its life. Okay? That's called pardon. Pardoning the turkey. That's another tradition. Thanksgiving tradition. Another tradition is what? That in many big cities, there are what? There are parades. Thanksgiving parade means people, usually it is businesses, like Macy's, for example, other businesses, that they want to sell things, they want to get attention. They are people that they walk long distances. They wear special kind of costumes and uniforms, and they walk, they march, and that is called what? Parade. Okay? Thanksgiving parade. Probably you watch some of it on TV. The most famous one on Thanksgiving Day is what? Macy's parade. Macy's Thanksgiving parade. Parade is what? People walk and do this. This is the picture of a parade. Here is another picture. This is also a parade. Thanksgiving parade. Please repeat. Thanksgiving parade. There is another Thanksgiving tradition, practice from the past. That on Thanksgiving there are usually what? 3 football games. It's called football. This is a football game, but Thanksgiving football game. So last Thursday there was a game at 9:30. There was a game at 1:30. There was a game at 5:30. So there were 5 Thanksgiving Day football games. This is American football. This is Thanksgiving tradition, practice from the past. They did it in the past, they still do it. Okay? That's called tradition. What do you see here? You see plane, you see train, you see cars, and then you see a turkey. And that means what? It is these are the means that people travel. Some people travel by what? By plane. They go to far distant places. Other people travel by train, and then other people travel by car. Millions and millions of people have traveled this week, this Thanksgiving. So this is called what? Thanksgiving Day travel. It's always, the traffic is usually really, really bad. Because a lot of people, they get their cars, and their cars, they get in the plane, they get on trains, and they go from place to place. They visit each other. Thanksgiving Day travel. These are all Thanksgiving traditions, okay? Practice from the past. So usually, the purpose or the meaning of Thanksgiving is what? People thank God for what they have, okay? They thank God for what they have. And I'm going to tell you the story of Thanksgiving, and then you will come back and see, what do we have to thank God for? We have a lot to thank Allah, to thank God for, okay? So we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. But the main thing is what? We want to practice English. So I want you to use these words, practice these words, make these sentences so that you become fluent in English. So giving thanks. So Thanksgiving means what? Saying thank you. Giving thanks. To whom? We thank Allah for everything that we have. First, for being a Muslim. That's something that we are very thankful for. Next, for what? For being healthy, for being alive, for being productive, for being helping other people. So there's a lot to thank for. We're going to talk about that later on. But let's see the story of Thanksgiving. What is this? This is a very famous picture in American history. So what you see here, they're called pilgrims. Pilgrims simply means refugees, okay? Pilgrims, immigrants, okay? That they came from England to this country first. That group of people, this is a very famous picture, painting. It's called Pilgrims. And the name of this ship or boat is Mayflower, okay? Mayflower. Mayflower is the name of a ship. The people that they came by that ship for the first time from England, they were called what? Pilgrims. And that's what the story of Thanksgiving is from. These people came from England, and they thank God for the safe arrival. Okay? So, and what do you see here? You see the pilgrims? These are pilgrims. And these are the people that they were here in this country before the pilgrims. They were called what? They were called Native Americans. Okay? The correct word is what? Native Americans. Indian is not the right word, but people call them. But these days people don't want to use the word Indian. That's a negative, that has negative meaning. So the correct word is what? Native Americans. Meaning what? People that they were here before other people came from Europe. These people are called Native Americans. Okay, so please repeat: Native Americans. Native Americans. Okay. This is another thing. We call it Black Friday. So mostly now, the new tradition is what? It's mostly commercial. It's mostly business. It's mostly selling and buying. Okay? So people on the day after Thanksgiving, which is a Friday, they call it Black Friday. Why? Because people go to shopping. They spend a lot of money, and stores make a lot of money. In business, if you are in black, it means what? You make money. If you're in red, it means what? You lose money. So many businesses, even if they have a difficulty in the past, on the day of Thanksgiving, they make that money. They go black, meaning that they make money. I will explain that in Farsi. So there is a lot of word about Black Friday. Friday, black. مانا از این نداره که روز غمگین باشه، بلکه از نظر بیزنس است. یعنی از نظر اصول بیزنس، اگر بیزنس دخل و خرچش با رنگ بلک باشه، مانا از این که بیزنس یا تجارتی که کسی که تاجر است یا تجارتی که داره یعنی فایده میکنه، و اگر او با رنگ سرخ برآورده شود، به صورت است که او در نقص است، یعنی او پیسه را باخته، پیسه نساخته. در صورت است که این بلک فرایدی به خاطر از این میگن که اکثر بیزنس ها چون بسیار مردم برای خریداری اجناس میرن، در صورت است که این بیزنس ها اگر در طول سال هم نقص کرده باشن، در می روز تکافوی زور میکنن و پیسه میسازن و این از اون خاطر نامش بلک فرایدی میاد. یعنی یک روز غم نیست، بلکه یک روز از نظر بیزنس یک روز خوشیش، به خاطر از اینکه اینا پیسه میسازن، پیسه نمیبازن. That's why it's called Black Friday. Okay? And today's Saturday, they call it Small Business Saturday. So people on Black Friday, they go to big businesses. There's big sales. On Saturday, they go to what? To small local businesses. Okay? And on Monday, they go online and buy. They call it Cyber Monday. Okay, so here are other words that I want to teach you. So what do you see here? Look. When do you use this, for example? When you want to collect what? The benefit of what we have done, right? When do we use this? This means what? You pick things, what you grow, and then you bring it back. And then, so this is, you collect what you have grown. So what do you call that in Farsi? I don't know. I do know, but let me first give you the word in English. The word in English for collecting what you have grown is harvest. Okay? When you harvest, means you collect what you have grown. You work all year long. You plant seeds. You water it. You fertilize it. You take care of it. And then in the month of June or July, you collect the benefit. That is, you harvest it. Okay? That's called harvest. Okay? Please repeat: harvest. Harvest. So these are examples of harvest. See? He's collecting. He's the wheat. He's trying to get him out. And then here you see the harvest of what? Vegetables and fruit. It is another harvest of what? Vegetables and fruit. Again, another picture of what? Pilgrims. The first group of people that they came from England. So this word will be used again and again. I want you to know what it means. It means immigrant, okay? That they first came to this country. And then these are people what? That's how they look, or they looked in the past. They're called Native Americans, okay? They were the people that they were here before Europeans came. So please repeat: Native Americans. Native Americans. What do you call this? This vegetable is called what? Correct. Corn. Okay? Corn. And here, what do you see here? These pictures show one thing. That somebody is what? getting a fish. What's the word for getting a fish? It's actually what? Catch fish or catching a fish. Okay? Catching fish or catch fish. So you could see that what? These different people, they are catching fish. Please repeat. Catching fish. So these are the words we studied. So I want you to repeat after me together, and then you will go back and I'll tell you the story. Turkey, Pilgrim, Mayflower, Black Friday, Native Americans, Parade, Pardon, Carve, Tradition, Thanksgiving, Catch fish, Corn. So turkey means what? I have the picture for you. It's a kind of bird, of course. Pilgrim means what? It's a very important word to learn for our lesson today. And that means what? The first refugees or immigrants from England that they came here, they were called pilgrims. Mayflower was what? The name of the ship that pilgrims came to the United States. Black Friday is what? A shopping day. The day after Thanksgiving is called what? Black Friday. Why we call it black? Because businesses make money. In business, when you make money, you're in black. In business, if you're in red, it means you lose money. So that's why it's called Black Friday, because businesses make money. Native Americans means what? American Indians. The Americans that were here before the Europeans came. Parade is what? People walking down the street. They walk down the street, they march. That's called what? Parade. Pardon means what? Give freedom, excuse in this particular situation. Because the President of the United States, every president, they do what? They pardon a turkey. They set a turkey free. Carve means cut. Tradition means what? Cultural practice. Thanksgiving is what? Thanking God. Catch fish means what? Get fish from a river. And corn is a kind of vegetable. Please repeat these words after me together. Turkey, Pilgrim, Mayflower, Black Friday, Native Americans, Parade, Pardon, Carve, Tradition, Thanksgiving, Catch fish, Corn. Now I'm going to read something to you. What I want you to do is to find the answers for these 4 questions. Question number 1. Where did the pilgrims come from? You heard it from me over and over. I'm going to read the story to you, and I want you to tell me where the pilgrims came from. Number 2. How did they travel to America? What did they use? What means of transportation did they use to come here? How did they travel? Number 3. What was the name of their ship? And number 4. Why did the pilgrims came to America? Why did the pilgrims come to America? What was the reason? Let me read the story to you. I will read it 2 times, and you're going to get answer these questions for me. Okay? So let me read it the first time. And I want you to look at this slide, and try to find the answer for these questions. There are 2 stories about the first Thanksgiving. Some people say that the first Thanksgiving was when the pilgrims came to America in 1620. The pilgrims were a small group of English Christians who traveled to America by a ship. They left England because they wanted freedom. Their ship was named the Mayflower, and it landed in a place called Plymouth Rock. The trip on the ship was very dangerous. Many people were sick and one person died. When they arrived in America, they were so thankful. Their leader at the party and thanked God for their safe arrival. So that's the first story. Now, let me read this one more time. Again, these are the questions I want you to find the answer for. Number one, where did the pilgrims come from? Number two, how did they travel to America? Number three, what was the name of their ship? Number four, why did the pilgrims come to America? Now let me read this one more time. Excuse me. There are two stories about the first Thanksgiving. Some people say that the first Thanksgiving was when the pilgrims came to America in 1620. The pilgrims were a small group of English Christians who traveled to America by a ship. They left England because they wanted freedom. Their ship was named the Mayflower, and it landed in a place called Plymouth Rock. Their trip on the ship was very dangerous. Many people were sick, and one person died. When they arrived in America, they were so thankful. Their leader had a party and thanked God for their safe arrival. Now let's see if you have the answers or not. Question number one. Where did the pilgrims come from? The correct answer is what? England. So you can give a long answer. Say what? The pilgrims came from England. Number two. How did they travel to America? How? What means of transportation did they use? The correct answer is by ship. They traveled by a ship. What was the name of their ship? Ship has names. The name of their ship was what? Mayflower. The name of the ship was Mayflower. Why did the pilgrims come to America? The answer is what? They came to America because they wanted to be free. They didn't have freedom. They couldn't go to their churches. They couldn't do whatever they wanted. So they came here to be free. Now let me read these questions and answers, and then we're going to move to the second story of Thanksgiving. Where did the pilgrims come from? The pilgrims came from England. How did they travel to America? They traveled by a ship. What was the name of their ship? The name of the ship was Mayflower. Why did the pilgrims come to America? They came to America because they wanted to be free. Story number, this is the story. I'm going to read that to you. This is the same thing you heard, but I want to show it to you what you heard. There are two stories about the first Thanksgiving. Some people say that the first Thanksgiving was when the pilgrims came to America in 1620. The pilgrims were a small group of English Christians who traveled to America by a ship. They left England because they wanted freedom. The ship was named the Mayflower, and it landed in a place called the Plymouth Rock. The trip on the ship was very dangerous. When they arrived in America, they were so thankful. Their leader had a party and thanked God for their safe arrival. Now, let me remind you of the words again, because I'm going to read part 2 of the story. Story number 2. So please repeat after me together. Turkey, turkey, pilgrim, Mayflower, Black Friday, Native Americans, parade, pardon, carve, tradition, thanksgiving, catch fish, corn. So the meaning is here. We did this. It was just a reminder because you will hear in the next part some of the same words. So here are the questions. What happened in 1621? Who was Squanto? What did Squanto teach the Pilgrims? Let me read the questions again. I'm going to read another story to you. So I want you to find the answer for these questions. Something happened in 1621. Squanto is the name of a person, but who was he? Okay? So I will read that to you. You tell me what kind of a person he was. Who was he? What did Squanto teach the Pilgrims? So Squanto apparently taught the new people here something. I want you to tell me, what did he teach the Pilgrims? Okay? So listen to me. I'm going to read the story 2 times, just like what I did last time, and then I'll ask you questions. Okay, please listen. Some say that the first Thanksgiving happened in Plymouth in 1621. When the Pilgrims came to America, the first winter was very hard. They had very little food and many people died. A Native American named Squanto lived in a village nearby. He and his people helped the Pilgrims learn to catch fish and grow corn to survive. The next fall, the Pilgrims invited Squanto and the Indians to a 3-day party to celebrate their good harvest and thank them for their help. Okay? Let me read one more time. Again, same questions. What happened in 1621? Who was Squanto? What did Squanto teach the Pilgrims? So let me read this one more time. Some say that the first Thanksgiving happened in the Plymouth in 1621. When the Pilgrims came to America, the first winter was very hard. They had very little food and many people died. A Native American named Squanto lived in a village nearby. He and his people helped the Pilgrims learn to catch fish and grow corn to survive. The next fall, the Pilgrims invited Squanto and the Indians to a 3-day party to celebrate their good harvest and thank them for their help. So now, let's see if you have the answers for these questions. What happened in 1621? The answer is the Pilgrims celebrated their first Thanksgiving. So that's why we say what? The first Thanksgiving happened in 1621. So 2 stories. One story says what? It happened in 1620. The other one says what? 1621. Who was Squanto? The answer is he was a Native American. In other words, Squanto was a Native American. He was a person from this country originally. He didn't come from Europe or England in that case. What did Squanto teach the Pilgrims? He taught the Pilgrims how to catch fish and how to grow corn. 2 things. Let me read these questions and the answers. What happened in 1621? The Pilgrims celebrated their first Thanksgiving. Number 2. Who was Squanto? A Native American. Squanto was a Native American. Number 3. What did Squanto teach the Pilgrims? He taught the Pilgrims how to catch fish and how to grow corn. So here is the story. I will read it for you. Some say that the first Thanksgiving happened in the Plymouth in 1621. When the Pilgrims came to America, the first winter was very hard. They had very little food and many people died. A Native American or Indian named Squanto lived in a village nearby. He and his people helped the Pilgrims learn to catch fish and grow corn to survive. The next fall, the Pilgrims invited Squanto and the Indians to a 3-day party to celebrate their good harvest and thank them for their help. So there are two stories. Story number one, what? That Thanksgiving started in 1620. Why? How? A small group of pilgrims or immigrants from England came here, and they had the trip was very dangerous. Some of them got sick. One of them died. When they came here, they were very happy. They threw a party and thanked God for what? For their safety in this country. Story number two. The immigrants came here. The first winter was very, very difficult. A lot of them got sick and some of them died. And then there was an Indian. His name was Squanto. He taught the immigrants how to live in the new place, how to grow corn, and how to catch fish. Because of that, they did very well the next year. And in order to show that they were thankful, they threw a party, invited the Indians, thanked God, and they also what? Cooked turkey, and that's why the Thanksgiving celebration started. But both of them, the difference is what? 1 year. Some people say it is 1620, other people say what? 1621. But the main thing is one thing for Thanksgiving. People thank God for safety, for what they have. Okay? So that's what I have the next exercise here. What are you thankful for? So if you go to college, if you go to an adult education center, if you go to class, the teacher usually asks you these questions. What are you thankful for? I mean, is there anything in your life that you thank God for it? We thank Allah for what? If you ask me this question, I can give you these 4 answers. I'm thankful for being a Muslim, number 1. I thank God for being a Muslim. Was born and raised as a Muslim in an Islamic country. That's one important thing for me in my life. What's another thing I'm thankful for? I'm thankful for being healthy. I'm here teaching, working, moving. I have that health. I'm thankful for that. I thank Allah for being healthy every day. Number 3, I'm thankful for being helpful to my communities. Yes, I help other people. And the fact that God has given me, Allah has given me this ability to help others, to teach, to also help in the community, in the mosque. That is something that I'm always thankful for. And number 4, I'm thankful for having a good job. I'm very happy with my job. I was a professor in Afghanistan. I'm a professor here. It doesn't usually happen that way. Most people that they have very good jobs, they come here, they cannot get the job. But I'm so thankful to Allah that helping me get the same job I had in Afghanistan, actually better. And so that's what so I have these 4 things. Of course, I'm thankful for a lot of other things, for my family, for my children, for my wife. But these are just examples that I want to give you. Now, I want to hear from you. Tell me 2 things, 3 things, 4 things. Follow the same grammar. Start like what? I am thankful for what? If you look here, I am thankful for being. I am thankful for being. I am thankful for being. I am thankful for having. And so after 4, you use verb ing. So tell me, what are you thankful for? 3 things. Of course I can hear you, but I want you to think about that and come up with at least 1, 2, 3, 4 sentences that you are thankful for. Or in a few minutes, you can call me and tell me what are you thankful for. Okay? So with this, I put those words in front of you. Health, home, family, friends, food. So you could say what? I'm thankful for being healthy. Or I'm thankful for having good health. Or home. I'm thankful for being home, being among my family members. Family, I'm thankful for having a great family. Friends, I'm thankful for having a lot of good friends. And food, I'm thankful that I have food of meals 3 times a day, and that's available. And there's a lot of people in the world that they don't have food. They cannot eat 3 meals. So those of us who have this, we should be thankful to Allah for giving us this great opportunity to have the good health and good job and work and make money and have food. Anyhow, so these are what people ask, and that's the story of Thanksgiving. I have one more thing here, and I will do that, and then after that I will stop, and you can call me with your questions. I have a vocabulary exercise at the end too, and that is what? That I want you to, these are words that we studied before, and then for each word which is underlined, I have 4 answers, A, B, C, and D. And I want you to choose the best answer and give it to me, okay? So the first one is, they allowed John to use his dictionary. What is another word for allowed? A, stopped. B, permitted. C, encourage. D, discourage. The correct answer is what? Allowed means what? Permitted. Okay? You allow somebody to use your car. You allow somebody to use your cell phone. You permit that person. He wears casual clothes to work. What's another word for casual? A, modern. B, traditional. C, informal. D, chic. The correct answer is what? Casual means informal. Like if you wear a tie and a suit like me, you are not casual. That's formal. So casual is the opposite of what? Formal. Informal. Okay? Let me read these sentences with correct completions. They allowed John to use his dictionary. They permitted John to use his dictionary. He wears casual clothes to school. He wears informal clothes to school. Number 3. The teacher purchased a new car. What does purchase mean? Purchase means bought, brought, borrowed, made. The correct answer is, when you purchase something, you buy something. Purchased is past tense. The past of buy is what? Bought. So he bought something. Number 4. Henry is broke. Broke in this sentence means what? Broke means A, Henry found money. B, Henry has no money. C, Henry stole money. D, Henry borrowed money. It has to do something with money. But is this person Henry steals money, makes money, loses money? What does he do? Henry is broke. This is an idiom in English. Broke, if somebody is broke, means what? He doesn't have any money. Okay? So the correct answer is Henry has no money. Let me read these two sentences with the correct completion. The teacher purchased a new car. Purchased means bought a new car. Henry is broke. Broke means Henry has no money. Slide means A, stop, B, exit, C, stop, and D, move. The correct answer is what? Move. Steal means what? A, break, B, bring back, C, rob, and D, spend. The correct answer is rob. Rob and steal have the same meaning. Remember, steal is S-T-E-A-L. If you make it S-T-E-E-L, it has a different meaning. But rob means steal. Somebody robs a bank, steals money from the bank. So slide means move, and steal means rob. Repair means A, build, B, fix, C, buy, and D, damage. The correct answer is repair means fix. You repair a car, you fix a car. You repair a watch, you fix a watch. Some people eat the peel of an orange. Peel means A, seed, B, section, C, skin, D, juice. The correct answer is skin. The peel of an orange, the peel of an apple, the peel of a banana is just what? The skin. A receptionist is a person who A, extinguishes fires, B, designs buildings, C, looks at x-rays, D, answers phones. The correct answer is a receptionist is a person who does what? Who answers phones. And the last question, a cab driver is a person who A, fixes cars, B, buys and sells cars, D, collects old cars, and D, drives taxis. The correct answer is what? D. And this brings our lesson 51 actually what? To the end. So our lesson is basically finished, and we can get to start with practicing the present perfect tense and other tenses in the weeks to come. بیننده های بسیار محترم تلویزیون ایمان، درس امروز ما به همینجا به پایان رسید. تا هفته آینده شما را به خداوند متعال میسپارم. اگر شما کدام سوال یا پیشنهاد داشته باشین، درس امروز ما در تلویزیون لایف است و نمره تلفن استودیو و سلفون ما بر روی پرده تلویزیون موجود است. شما میتونید که با استفاده از این نمرات به ما تلفن بکنین. اگر سوال داشته باشین یا پیشنهاد داشته باشین با زبان فارسی، پشتو یا انگلیسی، من میتونم خدمت شما همون جواب ارائه بکنم. بر ترتیب شما را به خداوند متعال میسپارم and I'll talk to you in a week or so. Thank you very much.